Mansfield 103.2, the home of great music. Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars and Die With A Smile. It's Thursday. Weekend not that far away. So it's now our chance to catch up with this fella.
It all comes down to this.
It's now time to catch up with our eye on the Stags, Jake Topliss.
Good afternoon, Jake.
Good afternoon, mate. How are we?
I'm good, thank you. Obviously, we're going to be talking the Stags, big game this weekend against Peterborough. But before that, EFL trophy action last night, not the best of results.
Not the best of results at all, sadly. But yeah, Manchester City will have one of the best academies around. So what else can you say, really?
So it's 4-1 to Manchester City in the league trophy as part of this little round-robin sort of thing that they do there. That kicks off things. I know that the gaffer, Nigel Clough, said it was really down to them not taking their chances.
Yeah, that's ultimately what it is to win football matches, isn't it? Taking your chances. So, yeah, if you don't stick the ball in the back of the net, you will be punished. But couple of question marks around the formation, but no, I still trust Nigel to get it right on a game-to-game basis, really.
So then, another big weekend ahead, a first away trip to Peterborough United. Give us your thoughts on that.
Well, I think a lot of teams are writing them off to go down this season. I mean, not the best result against Bradford at the weekend for them. I mean, Bradford, respectively, I think will be up there again this season. Did really well last season. Come up against a really good Bolton team in the playoffs, who ultimately went up in the end. I mean, I think playing against any other team, I think Bradford might have had a very good chance of getting to the Championship. So yeah. But Peterborough, I think, a couple of question marks around their manager this season, because, they started off really badly last season, then turned it round after getting rid of Fergie. So it'll always be a tough test going to Peterborough, but they'll need to respond to their loss. So I think we've got to bear that in mind. I mean, as for us, though, I was so buzzing after winning against Doncaster at the weekend. Definitely a lot more optimistic than I was after losing to Sheffield United, to put it that way.
In terms, obviously, as you say, Peterborough United tipped by some people to be, in a relegation battle as they were last season. Not far to go, and a lot of games this season where we don't have to travel that far. Quite a lot of games in our neck of the woods.
Absolutely. That was something I mentioned at the start of the season. Yeah, a local League One. I think, it certainly heightens the fixtures a lot for fans of both clubs, not just us, really. So we've got to bear that in mind, because on the pitch it'll have ramifications as well. But I think, in terms of these local games, having a good following and a loud vocal crowd will hopefully spur the players on quite a lot. That's what I hope will happen, definitely.
Well, I'm sure they're going to be taking a lot of fans down there. The SSA have got a bus going down, lots of fans heading down to Peterborough, and as you say, not too far to go, really, just down the A1, over to Newark and down the A1. I mean, who's going to be the key men this weekend as far as you're concerned?
Oh, I think every single one in that ground can agree that on Saturday, Liam Thompson was an absolute engine in that midfield. I mean, if he plays like that for most of this season, I'd say, well, we've got a season and a half to look forward to. He was everywhere. If I could describe him in one word at the weekend, he was everywhere. It was fantastic. So I think, him, Louis Reed alongside him, I think as well will be key. But, I think up front as well will be a key decider as well, definitely.
Now, I heard a rumour that's going around on the social media of the possibility of a certain player coming back to the Stags after being on loan with the Stags. Can you throw any more light on that for us?
So I think you're referring to Oliver Iro, I believe.
I am. I'm referring to him. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, last season, I think the first time I saw him, I thought, wow, he looks pretty good. But then after that, we didn't really, when he was on the pitch, see that much of him, I don't think. But at the same time, if Nigel wants him back, then there's got to be something there. Because, I trust the gaffer. Is he going to bring him back to play, or is he going to bring him back due to potential injuries? Because, again, at the start of the season, injuries will be interesting to see. And I think it has happened again with McGoldrick and Tyler Roberts. So I think, is he bringing him in just as squad depth?
Yeah, because I guess that we have kind of like a pretty old side, don't we?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, because, we've got to be careful. We've seen it with Lee Gregory. One injury, and that could be curtains, and that definitely applies to David McGoldrick and Michael Smith.
Do you think this IRO thing is just rumour, or is there something behind it?
I don't know. All I will say is the same Twitter account that tweeted about McGoldrick, Thompson and Smith coming in is the same Twitter account that's tweeted that Arrows win back. So we've got a pretty good track record, I think. Oh, and by the way, they also tweet about Will Evans leaving before it happened. So, yeah, we've got a pretty good track record, haven't they?
There's an insider there. We won't say who they are because we'll be keeping an eye on them, and we will bring you the information. Look, Jake, thank you very much for popping on the show. You'll be back with Si at the weekend on Saturday morning, and of course, you're not just doing stuff for us. You're out and about there doing all kinds of fabulous things on the socials. So how can people follow you? How can people find out more about Jake Topliss?
Topliss at the Turnstiles on YouTube and on Twitter. And also on TikTok, Instagram as well. I do have a Facebook page, so yeah, football at all levels, and a lot of the Stags. Well, mate, we wish you the best of luck this weekend with whatever you're up to, and definitely give Jake a follow. He's our eye on the Stags here at Mansfield 103.2.